Standard 9th, Subject Geography, Chapter number 3, Exogenetic Processes. Going ahead with the frost, we know that the volume of water increases when it freezes. In areas where the temperatures drop below 0 degrees centigrade, for quite some time, the water accumulated in the cracks and crevices in the rocks freezes. See, when the water flows on the rocks, wherever the cracks are there, water tends to remain there because of surface tension. It gets stuck in the cracks, and when the temperature goes down below 0 degrees, this trapped water freezes. Its volume increases and water has great strength. Please understand that the steam engine that we had in the olden days was working on the power of the steam, which is a combination of heat and water. So when the water freezes, its volume increases, and this leads to tension in the rocks, because of which they shatter. They break into various small pieces. This has been shown to us in figure C 3.1. If we go back to the figure, we can see that it has a shattering effect, as if a huge hammer has been hit on the rock. But actually, it is because of the water that has frozen in the cracks of the rocks. The next one is crystal growth. In rocky coasts means areas which are lying near the coastal areas, near the seashore, the places where there are huge rocks, waves hit the sea cliff. Constant movement of the waves makes the water hit on the rocks. The water is alkaline. Alkaline means having basic effect, alkaline effect. There are two types, acidic and alkaline. Some water droplets hit the cracks in the rocks. When the water is hitting the rocks, little water goes and hits inside the cracks. It is like constant hammering of the rock. In this alkaline water, the soluble minerals in the rock get dissolved. Now the rock is made of various minerals. Some minerals have the property of getting dissolved in alkaline water, and when this thing happens, it leads to formation of small holes in the rocks. If you have noticed, when you go towards Marine Drive or when you go towards any seashore, if there are huge rocks, you can make a note that those rocks are full of small, tiny holes, and that is the effect of the flowing water, the sea waves hitting the rocks. This is the effect of solution. Anything getting dissolved in water or in any liquid, the effect is solution. Alkaline water gets stored in these holes. The water remains in the form of small droplets in these holes. When the heat increases, this water turns into water vapor, means the water evaporates. And when the water evaporates, only crystals of alkaline materials remain in the rocks. So whatever minerals had got dissolved in the water, they remain in the rocks in the form of powder or crystals. Now, crystals occupy more space. If you fill a bottle with salt, the powdered salt, more salt can come in the bottle as compared to the crystalline salt. If you try to fill crystalline salt in the same bottle, you will notice that the amount of salt that can fit in the bottle, powdered salt fits in more as compared to crystalline salt. Why? Because crystals occupy more space. This causes tension in the rock. Holes are formed in the rocks, and it gives the effect of a honeycomb. The rock looks like a honeycomb. Honeycomb means, do you know honeycomb, beehive, the honeybees? That is what the rock looks like. This example has been given to us in figure 3.3. It is called alkaline crystallization. Moving ahead to the next paragraph, release of pressure. It is not that tension is created in the rocks only because of temperature. freezing of water or crystallization. The outer layers of the rocks exert pressure on the inner or lower layers. Now the rock itself is creating pressure within itself. The outer layer of the rock is creating pressure on the inner layers, and when this pressure ceases to exist, it stops to exist, the lower or inner layers get freed from the pressure. Then they weather. This also leads to weathering. Weathering means destruction. They again crack up. This is another reason why we see mechanical changes, mechanical weather changes on the rocks. It is called as mechanical weathering. Now we will go ahead with the effect of water. Some areas experience more rainfall than others. We all know all the parts of India does not get equal rainfall. The rainfall is more in some places and less in other parts. In such areas where the rainfall is more, soaking of rock water also causes weathering of some rocks. The rock is constantly under the flow of water which is falling from the sky, or which is present there in the form of floods, or which is present there in the form of stagnant water, in the form of lakes and ponds. And the rocks like sandstone conglomerate. These are the types of stones which show maximum effect of weathering due to water. These rocks are formed because of pressure on the agglomeration of sand particles, the coming together of sand particles. Mud also makes sand particles come together. When water penetrates such rocks, the particles get loose and separate from the main rock. This is called as granular weathering. Why? Because the weathering happens in the form of small granules of sand. So granular weathering effect has been shown to us in the form of a photo in figure 3.4. Sometimes both temperature and water are responsible for weathering. Difference in temperature causes contraction and expansion, widening the joints or the cracks in the rocks. So whenever the two rocks are joined, or whenever there is a crack in the rock, the crack is becoming big or small because of the difference in temperature. Water accumulates in such wide joints or cracks, and big blocks of rocks separate from each other. This is called as block disintegration. Breaking of the rock in the form of large blocks. Going ahead with chemical weathering, if we want to see the effect of chemical weathering, we need to take a glass of water and put a piece of chalk in it, this chalk that we are using in the classroom. On the next day, if we observe, the color of the water changes. Why? Because the chalk dissolves in the water. Again, we can do another experiment by taking a few iron nails in a wet cloth, tie them up and open the cloth after 2 days. What we see is that there are stains on the cloth. Stains of what? Stains of the rust that has been formed on the surface of the nails. The color of the rust is red, brownish red. Why did this happen? Because of rusting. If we try to explain this geographically, water plays an important role in chemical weathering. Water is necessary for chemical weathering. If everyone knows, or if anyone knows, there is a burger that has been stored in the US before a major burger chain stopped working. A customer bought a burger and preserved it in an airtight container. When did this customer preserve this burger? The burger was bought 15 years back. And the burger has been preserved in an airtight container. If you open this container today, you can see the burger has not got spoiled. It is still fresh. Why does this happen? Because a burger, when it is made, it is completely dry. There is no water content in the burger. And when water content is not present, there is no chemical reaction. And when there is no chemical reaction, there is no fungus. When there is no fungus, the food remains fresh. When the bacteria or fungal reaction doesn't happen, the food remains fresh. The same thing happens here. When water is present, the chemical weathering takes place. Since rock is a mixture of many minerals and water is a universal solvent, everything gets dissolved in water. Some things get dissolved easily, some things get dissolved after some time. The solubility increases, the dissolution of the material in the water increases because the matter has dissolved in water. And those materials which do not dissolve easily get dissolved in such solutions. In areas that receive heavy rainfall, chemical weathering occurs. How does it occur? It occurs by carbonation. The rainwater travels through the atmosphere before reaching the ground. It passes through the air before reaching the ground. Carbon dioxide in the air gets mixed in the water in this process. Dilute carbonic acid gets formed. How does it get formed? It gets formed because of the chemical reaction between carbon dioxide in the air and the water. Materials like limestone get easily dissolved in such acids. Which acid? Carbonic acid. Water plus carbon dioxide results in the formation of carbonic acid. Solution. Now this carbonic acid is a solution. Some minerals in the rock get dissolved in water. Limestone is formed due to chemical precipitation, chemical sedimentation between water and alkalis.